Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang dhammang sanghang namasami. So welcome to the Spiritual Indulgence Weekend Retreat. And this is the longer retreat than normal. So we have 4 days. Assume Mari's given you an introduction down there already. Yeah. A lot of familiar faces. So I want to know the rough routine of what's happening over the next weekend. And the only thing, only seeing the schedule, because it's colder than normal, we're going to do the morning session down at the office. Yep. So do there, and that starts at 5 o'clock. Yep. Okay. So, huh? Yep. 5 o'clock to 6 office.
Excuse me, Ajahn.
Yes.
If people wake at 4, they can go in before.
Yes. So it's yeah. So at 4:30 to 5 supposed to be walking meditation, but I guess not too many of you are going to be doing walking meditation outside, so you can start sitting at 4:30 in the office. Huh? Yeah, you can also, because it's kind of tight down there, you can come here and do your own sitting up here. Yeah. And even though there's not much in the news lately, COVID is still happening, so just make sure that you stay in the same place, your sitting place the next 3 days. Yeah, keep that in mind. And what else is there? Yes, and every other session is up in the sala. Yeah, so that people know. Any other housekeeping things?
Q&A?
Oh, yes, right. Q&A is because this is a long weekend retreat. You can do the Q&A on Sunday. You want both days?
Just one, yeah.
Okay, we'll do it both days. We'll do it Saturday and Sunday. And it's doing in groups of 4. I mean, there's 4 groups. So I'll start counting the numbers, and you have to remember which number you are, okay? Starting, and that way we'll have the net. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay. So you group 1, you go between 3 and 3:30. Group 2, 3:30 and 4. Group 3, 4 and 4:30. And group 5, 4:30 to 5. Otherwise, between 3 and 5, we're having a sitting in the sala here. Yep. And then between 2 and 2:40, there's a guided meditation on Saturday and Sundays as well. Okay, and then also in the evening, there's a Dhamma talk, but also an opportunity to ask some questions publicly. So you can either ask in person or write down the questions and put it in the basket in the back. So doing that. Otherwise, it's just a weekend just to allow you just to slow down, to stop, to really allow the mind to relax, re-energize. And the theme I was going to bring up this weekend was, and it was occurring to me, was that the mental muscles, the mental faculties of wholesome states, it's like the physical muscles as well. That you have to constantly exercise it, constantly massage and use it, otherwise it becomes flabby. You know how it is when you sit around and you watch your TV because of the pandemic the last couple of years. You can't go outside, so you stay inside and you watch TV and eat junk food, and the body becomes flabby. Not really your fault. It's just you stay in the house, so things become flabby, becomes more kind of tight, stiff, and then your physical health just goes downward, kind of gradually. And because to have a healthy body, you have to exercise, stretch, work on it. And it's the same with the mind. Those wholesome states of acceptance, of generosity, wholesome states of forgiveness, of non-fault finding, of adaptability, resilience. Those things you have to be conscious, you have to turn your attention to. You have to exercise it on a daily basis. Always finding ways to look at the world in a positive way. Always look at the positive things in people or situation. And that's the thing that you have to be aware and conscious of on a day-to-day basis. If you ignore it, you don't exercise it, then negativity grows naturally. Feeling of irritation grows naturally. And that's what it's natural in the mind. It just tends towards negativity, towards darkness, towards stiffness. So as practitioner, we have to find ways to really exercise the muscles of positivity, the muscles of friendliness, of metta, of loving kindness, of forgiveness and acceptance. And we do that on a day-to-day basis, on a moment-to-moment basis. And this weekend, you have extra merit points because it's really, really cold. We have a lot of cancellation. But it's good to see everybody here. You get extra merit points in the sense that you're putting up with a bit of cold, kind of dealing with things that are out of your comfort zone. And that's part of the spiritual training, that life doesn't always go our way, so we have to find a way to stretch ourselves a little bit, to be with what we think is a bit uncomfortable. Because when we're creatures of habits, we rather not stretch ourselves. We don't have to. But as you stay in your comfort zone, things become more stiff, becomes more calcified. And you find that you're not as resilient as you once were. Your adaptability starts to becomes more narrow. All the conditions have to come together for you to be happy and comfortable, not as they once were before. So being in a kind of slightly uncomfortable situation being in a place that you have to stretch yourself, being comfortable with a bit of it, things being more cold, allows you a bit more strength and confidence that we don't have to have all the conditions our way to be happy. You can be okay with a bit, being a bit cold. It's okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. So this ability to be okay with whatever external conditions you find yourself is one of the main training of a spiritual path. Being okay. There's so much of it. The mind tells us, no, I want it this way. I'd be really happy if I get this way. And it goes on and on like that. But part of the spiritual path is not having to get everything lined up to be happy. That you can be happy, you can be comfortable, be satisfied with whatever is present right here, right now. Whatever is present in the present moment. Wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you're happy with that. So much of it, we follow the world with desires and wanting. Even when we go to a monastery, even when we go to a meditation center, I'm coming here and I'll be happy if I get samadhi, be happy if I get my jhana, be happy if I mind stop thinking for a while, be happy if my body doesn't hurt. We have a long list of things that we want before we become happy. But so much of it, try to remind people, I know you come to the center, come to the monastery, and you meditate so that you can be happy. You can be more at ease, be less stressed in life. But sometimes it's good to start out with the practice of just being happy, putting happiness in the practice already. Happy just to be sitting here. Happy just to be sharing the space with other like-minded people. Happy just to have a forest to go to, some quiet peace, some space. Happy with whatever's here. So start the practice by being happy and build upon that. Instead of waiting for everything to come together and then you're happy. I'm happy if my mind stops thinking. I'm happy if these chattering thoughts go away for a while. But so much of the practice is just making peace, being happy, being content with whatever is in the present moment, whatever your mind is doing. It's okay. So in the next 2 or 3 days, really just to kind of a time just to focus your awareness on, to be conscious of all the positive qualities you bring up. Qualities like acceptance, qualities like contentment with what is here already. So remember, those are the qualities you want to exercise, you want to focus your awareness on. Because the muscles of the positive qualities, the faculties of the mind, needs to be attended to, needs to be focused on. And in the next couple of days, like I said, there's not a whole lot to worry about, to think about, to really bring your awareness just to be in the quiet forest. To bring your awareness on clarity. And like I said, it doesn't have to be very complicated practice. Mostly I remind people just to be, where are you? Where am I? Where's my body? Just walking, just eating, just sitting. That's just enough. Wherever you are, just be there. And then slowly the mind will calm down. Slowly the energy will rise and become more brighter. You find that you're more clear, more peaceful naturally. So much of it is making peace with whatever is in the present moment. Making peace with your mind as it really is. Making peace with the body the way it is. Not asking for something else. Remember, just remind people, we don't meditate to get something, or we don't meditate to get rid of some things either. We meditate to understand what is here, to understand ourselves better. To be aware, happiness is just that much. Sadness is just that much. Thinking mind is just thinking mind. It doesn't have to be a problem. So we meditate to not make a problem out of life, not make a problem out of the present situation. We meditate so that we don't have to medicate. Just to be aware, to have some clarity and peace in our life. So in the next few days, I'll introduce kind of the usual meditation techniques that you can try out, or if you are working on, just to experiment with it if you haven't done it before. A lot of it's just body sweeping, being aware, being in touch with the physical sensations in the body. Another method might be some focus on friendliness, loving kindness, acceptance. So kind of turn our attention to a narrative, a dialogue, focusing our thoughts and intention on acceptance, on this intention of friendliness to ourselves and others. Yeah, so it's a meditation on loving kindness. And then there's always a very kind of popular standard meditation technique of mindfulness of the breathing. Just being aware of the breathing process. Yeah, so those are the three main kind of techniques that we're working on. But as most of you probably know, in the forest tradition, we're not so technique-based. It is, a meditation, but you can use whatever object you feel comfortable. It could be a mantra, could be an idea, could be a space, could be kasina, anything that calms the mind, anything that helps you to be aware of the present moment, anything that brings a bit of clarity and peace into your life. So it's not just something that we do when we're sitting down. Hopefully you're bringing clarity, bringing peace, bringing stillness throughout the day. Bringing present moment awareness to whatever it is that you're doing. And most of you probably seen the schedule. Like I said, there's some work in the morning after breakfast, between 7 and 9:30. There's a guided meditation at 2. And then in the evening as well, there's some walking meditation between 6 and 7. And then there's a talk in the evening. But most of the time, like I said, this weekend, it's just taking time out from your usual routine and incline the mind towards peace and stillness. Taking a break from the life, from your usual life, busy life, allowing the mind to relax, to recharge itself in a quiet space. So hence that's why we're encouraging people to really practice noble silence, to offer that to yourself and the community around you. Obviously we're sharing a space together, so we try to move about as quietly as we can. And especially in the public area, not to talk unless it's necessary. Obviously there's time to talk during work period, need instructions, you can do that. But outside of that, just trying to contain, restrain the verbal faculty and see what that does to the mind. What does it feel like when you're not talking, communicating to the people around you? You can still have an intention of friendliness, of love and acceptance to the people around you. It's just you don't have to do it verbally. That's all. And see what that feels like as well. Aside of that, cover all the bases. Any other questions or comments about what's coming this weekend?
The noble silence will go until the meal on Monday.
That's right. So it's noble silence to Monday after the meal, after that.
And the other thing is little post-its. If people put a post-it on their cushion, they're struggling to know where they're going to sit. We've got some post-its down the back. So after your talk, I'll get people, they can take them home.
Okay, yes, you can put your name. You don't remember where you are, you can put your name on where your seats are. And it's the same with the down the office, moving back and forth. No, because we will have to take it away. We have to take it away from the meal, so. Yeah, I put it in the mats out. I put it in the mats in the cushion, so they know the space apart. And we'll work it out somehow. And anything else? No, the only thing is to encourage people is to enjoy yourself this weekend. It's really a weekend away from the family, away from the busyness of life, away from all your responsibility. So complete freedom to be in the present moment. Complete freedom, not to have to plan, to manage anything. We're sort of the food already, sort of your accommodation, your chores. So this gets freedom to be other than your old self. Let's see what that does. Time to relax. Just allow the peace to come into your mind, to come into the present moment and feel what's here already. So much of our life, we're on, blinkers, focus on what we have to do, to have to manage, put things together. So it's a weekend just to relax, to come into the present moment and see what that brings you, the mind is. Other than that, some of you probably had long days, so you can rest or continue sitting. And then tomorrow, we'll see you tomorrow morning down at the office. Yep. Okay, so we'll pay respect to the Drupal jump together, and then we'll have a rest.